Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my people. How are we doing? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Hopefully everybody is doing well. I'm gonna show you a clip. It's a short clip. Shout out to Daily Wrap Up Crew. It's one of their clips. And it got me to thinking about the whole 50-50 thing. That a conversation that we're having today in the modern era. And I wanted to explore that conversation, because I don't think women realize, the women who've never been married before, I think they think that a man paying 100% of your bills is the life that you want. And maybe for some women it is. But there are a few things that come with that women don't want to see, and things that they don't want to realize or face about having the bills paid in like real time in the world. They think of it in a fantasy land. In their imagination, it's one thing, but it is not that thing that you think that it is. I'm going to show the clip, and then we're going to talk about why it's not what women think it is. Once again, shout out to Daily Wrap-Up Crew, because this is one of theirs.
Talk about a provider man is usually a man that could provide all of the bills. Like a man being 100% provider in 2024 is a scam. Do you think that's true?
No, I am a very traditional type of woman. I do believe that a man should provide. I think that should be like flat out across the board the norm. If you're going 50-50, then you're trying to be my roommate. And that's not what I'm seeking. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're going to go half on rent, then I might as well have a roommate. I really feel like
I'd rather pay the bills 100% and then go half with a partner.
I want a husband.
Have you ever been in a partner business relationship where one partner just went 100% and you went zero?
I have
That's
been
possible?
in that dynamic.
You would be in a business relationship like that?
In a business relationship.
It's a partnership, right?
Yeah,
We're both business partners.
100% finances. Somebody can do the legwork.
That's what the partnership is to you? When most women talk about a provider man, is usually a man that could provide all of the bills. Like a man being 100% provider in 2024 is a scam. Do you think that's true?
No, I am a very traditional type of woman. I do believe that a man should provide. I think that should be like flat out across the board the norm. If you're going 50-50, then you're trying to be my roommate. And that's not what I'm seeking. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're going to go half on rent, then I might as well have a roommate. I really feel like
I'd rather pay the bills 100% and then go half with a partner.
I want a husband.
Have you ever been in a partner business relationship where one partner just went 100% and you went zero?
I have
That's
been
possible?
in that dynamic.
You would be in a business relationship like that?
In a business relationship.
It's a partnership, right?
Yeah,
We're both business partners.
100% finances. Somebody can do the legwork.
That's what the partnership is to you? Well, most women.
Now, Miss Eliza, I'm so tired of that little fake little voice that they be having. That little voice get on my nerves so bad. You just don't know Miss Eliza. And I'm sorry, I'm going to apologize before I even get started, because some of the stuff that I'm going to say is going to be rooted in my personal experience. And I will say when I convey those experiences in this broadcast, I'll preface it with, it's just my opinion. It was just my personal experience. But I'm going to say this, and this is no shade to my first marriage. I swear to you, it's not. But I will never again, ever, never, ever again, by the grace of Allah, have a man pay 100% of anything in my life. I'm not going to do it. I will not do that again. To be the at-home wife, I will never do that no more. I'm not going to do that no more. No. Not what you think it is. And I wasn't in that position in my previous marriage because I had some aspiration of just being taken care of. My late husband didn't want me to work. He specifically did not want me to work. And so what that meant was that we would live according to his means, not a combined means. And at first, That was okay. He was not a rich man. He was not a wealthy man or anything. He was just a working class, averagely earning at the time man. And then, I mean, it was all right for a while until he got sick, was no longer able to work, and the income reflected that because we had to then live on his fixed income from SSA. That became untenable. Not gonna go into the details. And I had to basically like force my way into working. There were a lot of conversations, a lot of arguments that eventually ended up with me working. Okay. Sitting around, because that's what y'all want to do. And I'm going to break down each part of the video that I just showed you guys. I'm going to break down each one of those things. But let me tell y'all young ladies something that have not been married yet. Sitting around, not doing really anything or not having to be specifically responsible for anything necessarily in terms of working, in terms of earning an income, in terms of contributing that income to the household and things of that nature. It is not this fantasy land that you think it is. The only way that that's even slightly like something that you would do would be short term if you were taking care of children. And when I say short term, I mean if you wanted to stay home, if you and your husband agreed that you spent X amount of their formative years raising them without thinking about outside work, if he got it like that, and you are willing and able to live only according to his means, not you contributing financially to it for the time period that it would take for you to raise your small children, if that's an agreement that you can come to with your husband, I can see that, because that is something to do. Raising children, especially if you have multiple children and they're young, that will take all of your, that takes all of your energy. But if you are a couple, you're young, you don't have children, maybe you plan on having children later, a little bit later on into the marriage, you need to be doing something. From personal experience, it came to a point where I did not enjoy, because like I said, it wasn't my idea not to work. It came to a point where I did not enjoy not having something to do to stimulate my intellect and to contribute mentally, financially. It was like I was being nulled out. What I began to think about, what's my significance? You know, what's my impact? What am I doing? And it's not that I thought that the marriage was wasteful or not valuable, but it was like, what am I doing with my thoughts, with my understanding of things? Like I like being educated. I liked reading. I liked just like focusing my mind on something, things of that nature. This is where me learning how to do all this stuff came from: soap making and crocheting and sewing and all of that. It wasn't just a product of homemaking. It was me looking for a way to stimulate my brain. I'm trying to put this in a way where the women understand. Y'all want to sit around and not have to do nothing? You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't. Because it means, let me break this down to you in real time, what it really is. Because y'all are not going to get these millionaire men. See, y'all think pay all the bills also equals that you'll be able to live this social media lifestyle where you get to go on trips and vacation and shop and flex and chill and be luxurious. That is fake. And I don't know how many times I have to say that it is fake. That is fake. You will not be the basketball wives, the real housewives, the love and hip hop wives. You're not going to, that is not the life that you are going to live. And I'm not saying that to say that you would live a bad life. You're just not going to live that imaginary life that you got spinning around in your head. That is not how that goes at all. Because to live by his means, even if he has decent means, life happens. If that man gets sick, if the economy change, or that man lose his source of income, things happen. It's not always about, well, he don't got it, or he don't want to have it, or life be happening. When I married my first husband, I didn't marry a sick man. I didn't. That was not how I thought that was gonna go at all. Lo and behold. Now, I didn't have no dreams like we was gonna be rich. I just thought we was gonna be regular. And we actually fell below like regular. Because life happened. And life can happen to anybody. And you not having the mindset of contribution, of being able to pick up when something go down, pick up slack, not being able to, you know what I'm saying? Like if you don't have that mindset, the whole thing gonna tank. The whole thing. The whole thing going to tank. Y'all chicks is lazy. You physically lazy and you mentally lazy. You physically lazy and you mentally lazy. You don't want to do no physical work to maintain a relationship, and you don't want to do any mental and emotional work also to maintain the relationship. You literally just want to sit around, point at him, complain to him, be unsatisfactory, you know, and just not have no type of structure. He can't say nothing to you. He's got to be. Y'all not looking for husbands. Y'all are looking for sponsors. Y'all are looking for somebody to simply pay for the life that you would like to have because you're too lazy, undisciplined, and unfocused to actually go and get that lifestyle. But you don't want that same individual that finances your lifestyle to have any say-so, any structure, any instruction, any order, anything to do. You want to be free, footloose, fancy free, and as chaotic as you want without any restriction or nothing. It's the most unrealistic thing that I have ever even imagined. I can't even imagine nobody that would really legitimately want that. Like y'all got a mental problem. Real talk. That's like a mental instability. Like that's not real. It's not real. Social media done raised y'all, and a lot of y'all too big for that. It's not real. Y'all are worried about the wrong thing in these relationships. I'm telling you from experience, it don't matter where that money come from. It don't. Let me circle back around to something that I said in a previous live stream. Y'all think that splitting financial responsibilities for a household that you live in, food you eat, clothes you wear, furniture you sit on, stuff you got, you enjoy what's going on in the house as well. Y'all think that is taking care of him. It is not. It is really the concept of taking care of each other and making sure that we're good. But you females that I can't do 50-50 because y'all are so selfish that the concept of service is offensive. The concept of making any sacrifice to make sure that the man that you wanted, that you said yes to walk down the aisle, the man you lay up with, to make sure that man is good, to make sure that even whatever you got to sacrifice in order to make sure that your marriage is in good standing, that everything is good, you're unwilling. It's really unfathomable to you. The fact that that's unfathomable to you, that's why you can't have a husband. This is why I want a husband. No, you don't, because you don't want to be a wife. You being a wife, you have an aversion to wifehood. You don't want to be no wife. You don't want to look out for your man. You don't want to make sure he got. Listen, man, y'all worried about the wrong thing in these relationships, man. Y'all worried about it. It don't matter where that money come from, as long as it's there to get the job done, then that's all you got to worry about. What you got to worry about something else for? Who pocket it came out of? Well, you ain't really pay it. I paid it. And but don't you want the light to flick on when you flick it? Don't you want when you open up the refrigerator, don't you want food in it? Speaking of the concept of a roommate, how harmonious would it be to live with someone that splits the bills with you 50-50? Because of that, you may get to be able to live in a little better neighborhood, a little better apartment, what have you. You might be able to have a little bit money in your pocket. And that person keeps let's say they keep their part of the apartment clean. You don't ever got to go in their room and make sure it's clean. It's clean. They clean up after themselves. You're not worried about all this other stuff. As long as they're not bringing questionable traffic into the house and all this kind of stuff, you pretty much get along with that person. You can talk to them a little bit. Hey, how you doing? Whatever. And each one of you go to your respective quarters and you do it all over again the next day. Why wouldn't you want that type of harmony in your marriage? Let's say you really get along with your roommate. Why wouldn't you want that level of like harmony and peace? Let's go over a little bit, like point to point.
When we talk about a provider man, it's usually a man that could provide all of the bills. Like a man being 100% provider in 2024 is a scam. Do you think that's true?
No, I am a very traditional type of woman. I do believe that a man should provide. I think that should be like flat out across the board, the norm. If you're going 50-50, then you're trying to be my roommate. And that's not what I'm seeking. You know what I'm saying? Like if we're going to go half on rent, then I might as well have a roommate. I really feel like
rather pay.
Now, beloved, what makes you traditional? And this isn't just a question to that particular lady that was speaking. What do y'all think traditional women are? Because aren't y'all the same women that say that traditional women are stupid? Aren't you the same crew that say that our grandmas and all that type of stuff were stupid women? Isn't that the running talking point? Those were traditional women. All of the things that those women were doing to keep their marriages intact, those were traditional values. Trying to be supportive, not, bringing foolishness into the home, not introducing foolishness into the relationship, the obedience, the level of submission, and the service, the catering to. You're not traditional. Y'all not traditional. Y'all don't want to do none of that stuff. Y'all don't want to do none of that stuff. Y'all despise that stuff. Y'all talk about the women of the past that prided themselves in service to their family, that prided themselves in service to their husband, that prided themselves in really being, you know what I'm saying, the backbone, at least the emotional backbone of their families. Their husbands could come to them, their children could come to them, you know what I'm saying, and have trust in them. There was a level of trust. There was a level of, you know what I'm saying, those women more often than not were a united front at minimum in public. Even if there were issues in the home, they didn't let that be known, you know, and all of that type of stuff. They tried to make sure that they stood on business together. And so these y'all said that those women were stupid and that they were only doing it because they had to depend on the man for their sustenance. But ain't that what you trying to do? You just trying to depend on him for everything because you don't want to work. I'm gonna talk about the work that women were doing, and the reason why the men of our past, our grandfathers and things of that nature, didn't mind paying all the bills. Several factors went into it. But after these messages, we'll be right back. Everybody go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you want to keep your skin looking and feeling its absolute best, then you definitely need to go and make this purchase. And since it's the holiday season, for those of you who purchase gifts, you might as well give a gift that is worth giving. And this is definitely 100% worth giving. It is worth it. They will love you for it because it's something that they can use all the time, and it's something that they're going to want again. So if this is going to be your first time making this purchase, go ahead and take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Go to ashkicking.com and get your body butter today. I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead, hit the like button for me as well. Let me get to these super chats. Thank you, Chief Rocker, for the super sticker. And once again, he hit me again. Said one more time, preach. Keep pushing your message. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, Jay Scott, for your super sticker as well. Thank you, Jared. Said too many women whose grandmothers, mothers, and them are never married yet always have opinions on how marriage goes with no example other than the internet. Thank you, Ray. Said apparently your masculinity is questioned when you expect reciprocity. Thank you, Too Tall. So have our women lost their minds? Thank you, Phineas. Said there is a difference between partnership and team. Partnership is a monetary concept. 50-50 in a partnership does not mean equal work. You can pay 50% and not work and do not work. These women want to be a dictator in a partnership. work in a relationship. The women of the past whose husbands pay for everything did work in the relationship. Those women worked in the relationship. It may not have been paid work outside of the home, but the men that they were with recognized that the things that the women were doing, the things that their wives were doing, was indeed work. They recognized it as work. Although it was not the same kind of work that they were doing, the men recognized it as work, and they also recognized that it was a type of work that they would prefer not to have done themselves. They want to do it. So therefore, all of that home taking care of, all the kids, these women had 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. So she's taking care of all of them. Taking care of him. When he get in, he don't have to worry about, well, what this is doing and what that's doing. And she managed that home. She managed it. She managed it. He knew for a fact she wasn't just sitting around. He knew that. And he never accused her of that. When you got 6, 7, 8 kids, there's no way that you could possibly just be sitting around anyway. And she didn't have the internet to raise them. And iPads wasn't raising them. She had to actually raise her children for real. She had to actually sit with them. She had to actually tell them stuff. She had to actually be a mom to them. She had to actually do that stuff. Those were not random things that she could leave up to anybody, even if they were going to school. And she was raising her children. She was raising them. When her husband got home, he didn't have a whole lot to do in terms of the house. He might have did a couple of things as far as cleaning it and stuff like that. His more thing, if they had a home, was the maintenance like that she could not do. Fixing stuff, making sure this was all right, making sure that wasn't broke. These are the things that she can't do. So he do them. He didn't feel taken advantage of because his wife was actually doing the stuff that he expected her to do. And she was efficient at it. If she had a little system that she was working on how stuff did and how stuff was going on in the house, he respected the system she put together. Oh, that's how you get that done? Oh, okay. No, don't let him do that. Because if you let him do that, it won't get done. Don't. Oh, okay. Your mama said don't do it. He didn't mind letting her distribute the money because she was finna pay them bills. The bills, because she didn't want to be in the dark either. She didn't want to get kicked out. I need some money for these kids' school clothes. And when he came back, they had them little school clothes. Y'all remember being a little model for your daddy? Y'all remember that? Daddy, this we got out the store. Put your shoes on. Show daddy your shoes. See, all of these chicks want to tell y'all is that all the men of the past cheated, all of them beat on the women, all of the women were scared of the men and didn't have no income and didn't have a lot of those women stayed at home, but then a good number of them were working. They were working. The reason he let her keep her money, the reason the men of the past let their wives keep their money, is because that was her pocket money. It was pocket money he didn't have to give her. That's where his money is our money and my money is my money actually come from. Because she probably wasn't working that, making that much. But what she was making, that was enough for her to get a little stuff that she might have wanted. The kids might have had a little something. It's not a lot. But it's for the little extra things sometimes that he wasn't going to spend his money on. So let her keep it. Let her keep it. What he wanted for? He wanted to do what? Because she not going to go make as much as he making. So what he want the little piece of change for? That's a little piece of change in her pocket. Let her have it. She gonna take the kids and go get them a little burger or something, a little ice cream or something. She gonna take them with that little money. She gonna go to the salon with that little money. She bought her a cute little dress that time. She had a little money left over. She got a cute little dress. He don't care about that. That's why he wasn't worrying her about the money. Now, why do the men of today want you to pay so much money? Why do the men of today want you to pay so much money? Because you don't do none of the other stuff. Because you don't do any of the other stuff. That's number one. You're inefficient. Y'all be having 2 kids. Sometimes 1. And y'all be out of y'all mind. These kids, grandma raised 10. You got 2. And the internet raised them. And you still crazy. You got all kinds of help. Some of you got the washer and dryer in your house. Some of them is just in the building you live in. There's a few you got to go to the laundromat. I don't like going to the laundromat, but whatever. Some of you got dishwashers in your home, in your apartment. You certainly don't wash your clothes on a washing board. I have had to wash whole loads of clothes on a washing board in a tub. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Would die if you had to do it. And go get a clothesline out of the hardware store. The same clothesline we used to jump rope with. That was a clothesline. The jump rope, the ropes we used to jump double dutch with, it was a clothesline. That's a clothesline. Didn't know that? You have to go get the 50-foot or 100-foot clothesline with clothespins and hang them up. If you had a back porch or a backyard or something like that, you had to hang up the clothesline and hang the clothes with the clothespin. And then take all them clothes back off, iron them, then put them up. The men want you to pay so much today because you do nothing else. You do no physical, nor mental, nor emotional work in the relationship. So now you have to pay. Because the way y'all carry not doing nothing, he gotta feel like you're gonna put something into it. So you're gonna put your money in it. On top of that, y'all don't want to live according to a man's means if he ain't balling. If he make $45,000, $50,000 a year, that's quote unquote not enough for y'all. That's why you gotta pay. Because if you didn't have social media dreams, if you didn't have reality housewife dreams, you would be able to content and suffice yourself with his means. But you don't want to do that. That's broke to you. Let me break it down some more on what it looks like real time. Everything about a marriage is work. Everything about a marriage is work. One more thing. One more thing. Y'all are not even feminine or nice. That's why you gotta pay. He minds his money with you. He's counting the bills. He's counting the dollars because he don't like you. Because you're not likable. Not likable. He done got tired of you. So now he's counting stuff. The best way to stop a man from counting every dollar and every dime is to be a woman that he like. Not just a woman he love, a woman he like. And then he doesn't count that stuff. All little extras, he don't count that. He don't count. He don't count your nail money. Now he don't count your hair money. He don't count that money. He don't care about that money. You can spend that money every day if you wanted to. Hyena logic. If you as a woman don't ask for anything, that gives a man an okay not to do anything for you. That is hyena logic. The reason why you may be running into men that will not do anything for you if you do not ask for anything is because he does not like you. He don't like you. You're not likable. So he does not have any drive to give you anything. Just like y'all be trying to say, he gotta make me want to submit. The men have to put us in our femininity. You know, in a way, I wouldn't say you have to put men in their masculinity, but you have to inspire the drive to do certain things. You gotta inspire that out of them. You have to inspire this out of them. You gotta inspire that out of them. They don't really want to do that for all of y'all. Just like I would not just fall down and be submissive to every dude, because why would I do that? Similarly, men don't want to just come out and start doing this, all for these things, for a woman that don't inspire none of this stuff. Why do he want to give you his money and his provision? Why do he want to bring stability to your life? You don't appreciate none of that stuff. The inspiration to all four of these things is simply your appreciation for them. You're an ingrate. Who wants to do anything for an ingrate? Why would he put his money and his finances and his ideas on the line? Why is he trying to put all his energy into solving all your problems? Why would he put his life or safety on the line or his freedom on the line to protect you? Why would he give you anything other than the D? Why would he give you the affection? See, y'all can get D, but you can't get affection from the men. He don't want to hold you. He don't want to talk to you and just be in your presence and just hear your voice and just look in your eyes and just look at. He don't want to do none of that. He don't want to do none of that because you don't inspire that. When did you inspire that? When did you incentivize him for that? When did you do that? The reason why lionesses don't have to, because see, y'all want to have that. I just love it when a man do for me and I don't have to ask. It's not just his generosity that make him do that. That's not the only thing that makes him give. The reason why a lioness can get that response is because we're not begging for the response. I'm not asking for that response. That's what the vetting is about. Because if I do what lionesses do, if I got a lion, he better give me lion responses. I shouldn't have to ask a lion to be a lion. Just like I know what my role is as a lioness, he shouldn't have to ask me to be a lioness. I'm not asking. I'm going to come through and I'm going to be a lioness. I'm going to be nice. Well, not nice. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to be thoughtful. I'm going to be sweet. I'm going to be feminine. I'm going to be a lioness. I'm going to take care of business. He doesn't have to beg for sex or affection or attention or beg me to be a safe space or beg me to be supportive or beg me to say a good word to him or beg me to have good interaction and conversation with him. He don't have to beg for that stuff. What's the response that you expect from that? Because I'm telling you, if you are a lioness and you are being kind and good and generous and thoughtful and all of them wonderful things that a wife is supposed to be to her husband, what other response should he have? Why would I then have to beg? Can you give me a couple of dollars? Some attention? Why? Even men who are super busy, let's just take the Travis Hunter young man. Now, it's a new thing for me because somebody was saying that them college players have deals now, NILs. I don't know what that is. I'm glad they get paid though, because I didn't like the way they was doing them before. But let's just say the Travis Hunter young man. Let's just say that young man get a lioness. He get a young woman, name, image, and likeness. So they can get paid off their name, image, and likeness. Okay. I can get with that. Because the NCAA making money off their likeness well after they done got to the pros, retired. We're not doing that. So let's just say a young man like that get a young lioness. Right? Now let's imagine for a moment that he gets to the NFL and his schedule takes off. He's busy. He hardly has time to really, go home and be there, and unless it's the off season, right? If she's a lioness and she's doing what she's supposed to do, no matter how busy that young man get, how much you want to bet that he gonna carve out time that he don't even have to come talk to and be with her. He's going to, I guarantee it, he's going to carve out the time and make every effort to come talk to and be with that woman. He's going to do it. There will not be a such thing as he too busy for her. He will not do that. He will not do it. Won't be no such thing as he too busy. Even if he is too busy, he won't be too busy. Because what's going to draw it is, I want to talk to her. I want to talk to her. I want to see her. I want to be around her. I miss her. We have fun when we talk. That is my friend. She's special to me, not just because she's pretty, not just because sex, or not just because I imagine that she is. No, she demonstrates her value to me at every turn. And there's no way that I'm going to go days and don't talk to. Oh, no. Because I gotta see if she all right, number one. Because whether I'm busy or not, whether I'm gone or not, that's still my family. That's still my wife. And I'm still responsible for making sure that she is all right. So it ain't no such thing as he too busy to talk to her. If she ring his phone, he answering at his earliest convenience. You all right, baby? You okay? Because what is Lioness is not doing? Lionesses is not like unjustly. We don't want I'm going to tell you something about how lionesses think. And the married lionesses in the chat can chime in. We be wanting the attention from our husbands all the time. But realistically speaking, like on boots on the ground, we actually don't want him to inconvenience himself to simply give us a phone call or attention. Even though we like the attention, we don't want to be a nuisance. Constantly calling, constantly texting, constantly constantly on the phone, constantly, because we know that will bother him. We know that. We know it'll worry him. He won't be able to concentrate on the other things that he needs to concentrate on because we're constantly blowing up the phone. We're constantly trying to figure out. We're constantly calling. It's this, it's that. This is why lionesses hunt. This is why we're lionesses, because we can do. We're not helpless. We're not helpless. We don't even want to be helpless. What good is a helpless lioness to anybody? So we become efficient at doing what we need to do when he's not there. We do not want, nor do we need our husbands to hold our hands through every single little bitty thing. No. And hyenas got it misconstrued as, well, I'm strong and independent. No. We're interdependent. But when our lions are not present, we're not some helpless little things that can't manage to get anything accomplished until he physically get there. No. This is what separates us. We're able to get an instruction or observe the parameters of the order and the leadership that's being given, and then go from there. See, lionesses don't even always have to have specific instructions for everything either. All we have to know is the boundaries for the things, what the leadership is, what's acceptable versus what's not acceptable, versus the stuff that he like done, the stuff he don't like. All we have to know is the parameters, and we will manage within the parameters. I keep telling people that when you are submissive, you don't lose your autonomy. The lion is depending on the lioness's autonomy. He depending on it. And our ability to make judgment calls when we need to. And lionesses know how to ask for help. This decision, I don't know. I'm going to wait on that. Stick a pin in that. I'm going to ask my husband. The asking your husband is about making sure that the decision or the judgment call that you're thinking of making actually still falls in the parameter of the leadership. That's what that's about. So when lionesses, we have to be intelligent. We have to. We can't be stupid. It don't work if you're stupid. So you have to be intelligent. You have to be able to think. You have to be able to discern. You have to be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to do that stuff. So that when your lion is not there, you can still operate until he get back. And he don't have to come back to a smoking crater where his family should be. All because you was too stupid to make sure that it was managed while he was gone. This is why money and 50-50, see, lionesses work. Lionesses work. Because I'll be doggone if my husband is out doing his thing. He out there grinding for the family. He out there doing everything he needs to do. I will be doggone if I got to call on this man. Because while he was traveling and doing everything, man, I ended up getting a flat tire. I'm not calling him for what he gonna do. He went somewhere else doing what he gotta do. Girl, if you don't call an insurance company or something, a AAA or somebody, or if you know how to change it, go out there and change that tire. Or call your brother, your daddy, something. Do that. And pay that little, how much little money or whatever to get that done, so you don't have to worry him about that. little expense come up, a little something come up, and you gotta handle it real fast. I'm not worrying him about that. We ain't in no danger. Ain't nobody hurting us or nothing. Just next time we talk to each other, it'll be a story to tell. Yeah, I had to go ahead and get the tire because I came outside and the tire was flat. I think it had a nail in it. Well, did you get it fixed? Yeah, I got to fix it. See, he want to know, did you handle it? Is it handled? Is my family all right? Do y'all got the transportation? And if he knows he has a lioness that can think and execute and get things done, especially simple things, then he feel more comfortable being able to go and do what he got to do because he know he ain't got an idiot back at the house. You stupid. So he got to watch you because you stupid. It's okay to be a damsel sometime. You can be the damsel. Your lion want a damsel sometime, but he don't want no idiot. He don't want no food. He want a damsel. Sometime. The hyenas ain't gonna never understand it, but hopefully young lionesses will understand. All that you being useless in a relationship, that's not how lionesses roll. Useless. What good is you? You just ain't got no worth to you. Y'all worried about the wrong thing. He gotta pay all the bills. Y'all worried about the wrong stupid stuff. Why you don't want no money in your pocket? You do want money in your pocket. You just want it to not contribute to nothing. You paying your bills now. Stop thinking about I'm taking care of him. No, you're not. Lionesses take care of the household that we live in. Lionesses do not just take care of bum men. We don't do that. I would never. You a bum, and I gotta work to pay all your expenses, and we're not gonna do your personal expenses that I don't partake. Lionesses hunt for the pride. She benefit from that hunt. She ain't just hunting out there and don't benefit. Lionesses go out there and get that gazelle and bring it back to that lion. And you know what she want? See, he don't get to just eat the gazelle she bring him and walk off. If she go hunt and bring that gazelle back to him and he eat it, that's almost a marriage contract. That's a whole marriage contract right there. You ever seen? I don't know if y'all ever seen that. Long time ago, I watched a little animal show, and it was a lone lioness. Like her pride had got wiped out. It was a little pride, but they was gone. And she was a lone lioness. She was looking for alphas. She wanted to join a pride. So what she ended up, she found a lone male who was newly out of his pride. So she went up to that male, and like submitted down and stuff like that. And she kind of rubbed up against him a little bit. And that very day, within the next day or so, she had hunted down a gazelle. And so she got it. She ended up getting it. And she brought it back to where he was at. And he looked at that gazelle or whatever, and he started eating it. And she sat down. That was a whole marriage contract. She did not leave his side, and he didn't leave hers. When he got up, she went right with him. And he mated her and everything. Lioness ain't taking care of nobody, and we ain't getting nothing out of that. The kicker was that she was an older lioness, but she was still able to birth cubs and stuff. She wasn't too old for that. And he was like a young lion. He said, well, she could cook. She cooked this gazelle pretty good. He said, okay. Ooh. I'm going to wrap this up, but before I do...
Diary of Dark One's Son is a look into the thoughts, opinions, and experiences of a young black man who is wrestling with the tough task of trying to make something out of himself in a very racist and hateful environment. It covers in detail the thoughts of a man as he observes and eventually learns how to cope and deal with the world around him. It is a story of a man who, while beset with many obstacles, learns how to overcome them in order to accomplish his goals and aspirations. This book is not for the faint of heart, and the opinions that are shared in this book can be deemed very offensive to some readers. If you think that you will be offended by the opinions shared in this book, the answer is simple. This is not the book for you. This book is merely the opinions of one man, and it should be taken as such. However, if you really wish to gain insight into the thoughts of a young black male in today's society, then look no further. Read this book. Excerpt from the book. From the chapter, Am I Visible or What? One day when I was walking home from school, I came across this other brother who was walking my way. In his eyes, I could see the sadness, the same sadness that was in mine. I knew exactly what was going through his mind too. He was feeling like an absolute nobody. How did I know, you ask? Because I was feeling the same way at the moment, right when I walked past him. Have you ever felt, if you are a black man reading this, that you were invisible to the world? Not because you want to be, but because people refuse to acknowledge your presence. Read more when you purchase this book. This book can be purchased from lulu.com.
So the link to that, the ebook version is pinned to the top of the chat. Go ahead and support the young man. This is the same brother that has the forums. So if you want to support, please do so. Once again, the link for the ebook version is pinned to the top of the chat. If you would like a paperback version, that link is in the description. So thank you guys for kicking it with me for a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Oh, the rest of the super chats. I'm sorry. Thank you. Pool Counterbox has been a member for 6 months. Thank you so much. So Miss Kendra, have you seen that Meg Thee Stallion video Rocksteady where they are celebrating the death of Black men? I have not. Thank you, Phineas. Family is a team, not a partnership. Exactly. Thank you, Azrael, first of his name. So interesting how the sisterhood can beg Biden for student loan forgiveness, but God forbid you ask her to pitch in on the bill so you can afford to retire. Thank you, Blue Exodus. I'm in Zanzibar right now. The African women here don't mind paying if they have it. I never asked the lady I'm with to pay it all, and she's still chipping in. She's Christian, but it's mostly a Muslim country. Thank you, Lucid. Says someone could love you, but want nothing to do with you. But if they like you, they'll do just about anything. Thank you, Kevin. Said, and they are not virgins at marriage. Thank you, Antonio. So how do you get the appreciation of love from a recovering nice guy? You have to get women who are good. And thank you for saying you're a recovering nice guy. Because lionesses don't like nice guys. But we do like good men. Good men, men who stand on their business. A lioness will always reciprocate energy. She gonna tell it to you. It's not even gonna be a mystery. If you come into her life and you start doing things, you don't even gotta be maxed out at 100%. But if you start like doing little things, like give her a little bit of structure, a little bit of leadership, a little bit of problem solving, a little bit, and she recognizes all of that, she ain't even gonna make it a mystery. She ain't even gonna make it mysterious. She gonna tell you, thank you. I appreciate it. And the true appreciation of it will be the implementation of things. That's what she gonna like. She gonna like your mind. If she see you as intelligent or she sees you as capable and things of that like nature, like in your own life and stuff like that, she'll start implementing stuff that you tell her, and you know what I'm saying, advice that you may give, or you know, you put up on game or something and you know she took it and things of that nature. That'll be the appreciation of it, and she'll let you know. She just tell it to you. We not mysterious because lionesses aren't playing any games. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships, Your Excellence. If you received it, please maintain the membership and welcome.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Thank you, Miss Mia, for your super stick. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Thank you, Chris. So why don't they ever have a problem going 50-50 in a divorce? Peace to the lionesses and crown heads. And thank you, Miss Lou Casely, for your super sticker. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. So email me whatever link that you're talking about, or whatever that you talk. It's a music video. Is it just something I can look up real quick? It's an album cover. And it's Megan. Because I don't listen to her. Rocksteady. Oh, well, I'll try to look that up. All right. Well, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.